Hello, Class 8. Welcome back. This is your first chapter of your final course. The chapter's title is Dhyan Chand, the Hockey Wizard. This is your chapter number 9, given on your page 105 in your literature books. In this chapter, we will study about Dhyan Chand, and by the title, you can understand and you know that he is famous hockey player and he has represented India in Olympics and has won gold medals for India for the three consecutive years, that is 1928, 1932 and 1936. So in this chapter we will read about his life in details. All right, now um, let's start the reading part of this chapter. Dhyan Chand is a name which has been resounding in the ears of every hockey lover of India for ages. His agility, like that of a tiger, and the ability to carry the ball with the hockey stick to the goalpost played a vital role in winning three consecutive Olympic golds for India in 1928, 1932, and 1936. The present lesson tells you about Dhyan Chand and his magical performance on the playground of hockey. Read on to know more about this hockey wizard. So he was like a hockey magician. Here wizard means a magician, the one who knows magic. Okay. So the way he used to play, it looked like he has magical powers on hockey um, ground. All right. So Dhyan Chand is a name that has been resounding, means whoever is a hockey lover of India, he can hear his name resounding in his ears for ages. He His ability to carry the ball with his hockey stick to the goal post played a vital role in winning three consecutive Olympic medals for India. Now, in this chapter, as I told you, we will study more about Dhyan Chand. Let's start reading. Dhyan Chand, now his birth date and death date both are given here. He was born on 29 August 1905 and he died on 3rd December 1979. From this chapter, this thing is important, so please learn it. Now, Dhyan Chand was a well known Indian field hockey player, widely regarded as one of the greatest players of all times. What is said here? First of all, his birth date and death date both are given, and here it is said that Dhyan Chand, he was a well known Indian field hockey player, and he is one of the greatest players of all time. Okay. He is remembered even today for his goal scoring feats and for his three Olympic gold medals in the field hockey during an era when India was dominant in the sports. So, now what is said here, that he is remembered even today as one of the finest hockey player who scored three times Olympic gold medals in 1928, 1932, and 1936. That is three consecutive years in the field of hockey. And during that era, India was dominant, means more powerful in the field of sports. All right. Now, turn the next page. Known as the Wizard for his superb ball control, Dhyan Chand played his final international match in 1948, having scored more than 400 goals during his remarkable international career. So, I told you why he's known as the Wizard, because of the magic. And that magic doesn't mean really that magic, means the way he used to play looks like he has magic in his hands. Okay, so he has super ball control. That of course you need control over ball, then only you can play hockey properly. So he has super ball control over r- hockey. And Dhyan Chand, he played his final international match in 1948, and he in that match he scored more than 400 goals. Okay, that is remarkable. International, that is remarkable. That 400 goal is remarkable in international career. All right, now let's see here. Dhyan Chand was born in Allahabad. He was the elder brother of another player, Roop Singh. His father, Sameshwar Dutt Singh, was in the British Indian Army and he played hockey in the army. So now let's see about his life, personal life. That he was born in Allahabad in the year 1905, 29 August. Okay, he was the elder brother of another player, Roop Singh, and his father's name is Sameshwar Dutt Singh. He was in the British Indian Army and he used to play hockey in the army. So I think this talent was there in his blood. All right. Now Dhyan Chand had two brothers, Mool Singh and Roop Singh. Due to Sameshwar Dutt's numerous army transfers, the family had to move to different cities, and so Dhyan Chand had to discontinue his education only after 6 years of schooling. The family finally settled down in Jhansi, Uttar Pradesh, India. Now, what is written here, that Dhyan Chand had two brothers, Mool Singh and Roop Singh, and due to his father's numerous times of transfer, there's transfer in army, so the family have to move to different cities, and because of which he cannot continue his education. So he had education for only 6 years. He went to proper schooling, and finally his family settled down in Jhansi, that is there in Uttar Pradesh. Okay, now see, young Chand had no serious inclination towards sports, though he loved wrestling. He stated that he did not remember playing any hockey worth mentioning before he joined the army, though he said that he occasionally indulged in casual games in Jhansi with his friends. So, what does this young Chand said, that he had no inclination, means he has no tendency to play sports, but he said that he used to love wrestling. Okay, and he then stated that he does not remember that he used to play hockey before he joined the army, but he said that he has now and then some interest in casual games. He used to play some casual games, some casual activities in Jhansi with his friend. So from the starting he was not that much good, but he worked hard in this to become the wizard in the field of hockey. All right. Now, Dhyan Chand joined the Indian Army when he was 16 years old. The Hindi word Chand literally means the moon. Since Dhyan Singh used to practice a lot at night after his duty hours, he invariably used to wait for the moon to come out so that the visibility in the field the, is improved. All right. So, Dhyan Chand, he joined Indian Army when he was 16 years old. All right. And the Hindi word Chand, you know what is the meaning of Chand? Or we say Chand, Dhyan Chand, but it's actually Chand, and it literally means the moon. So, what happens that after giving his duty or practicing his or giving his duty hours in the morning, he used to practice hockey at night when the moon comes out, so that he can there's visibility in the field, because there were no during that era there was no floodlights, the lights that is there in the field. So he used to wait for the moon to come out so that he can see the field, as during daytime he used to do his army duty. Okay, see here, hence he was called Chand by his fellow players as he practices session at night, invariably coincident with the coming out of the moon. So people you started calling him Chand, and then it becomes Dhyan Chand. Okay, because he used to practice at night after the moon comes out. So from there he got his name. Otherwise, his name is Dhyan Singh. I hope this is clear. Now see. Between 1922 and 1926, Chand exclusively played army hockey tournament and regimental games. Chand was ultimately selected for the Indian team which was to tour New Zealand. Now, here between the year 1922 and 1926, he exclusively played army hockey tournaments and regimental games, and he was very good in that. So at the end of the process, the army team, Indian army team, selected him to play for the New Zealand. There was a tour to New Zealand and they wanted him to play. Okay. Now see, the team won 18 matches, drew 2 and lost only 1 and received praise from all spectators. What is given here, that the team won 18 matches and there were 2 drew and they lost only 1, and whoever came to watch the match, they all praised him, because you can see the score, 18 matches won. So the spectators, they were shouting and praising Chand. Alright. Following this, in the next 2 matches against the New Zealand squad, the team won the first and narrowly lost the second. Returning to India, Chand was immediately promoted to last neck. So after this 18 matches won and all these things happened. After this, following this, there were 2 matches against New Zealand squad and the team won the first and lost the second with very less margin. And after they returned to India, he was immediately promoted to last neck. Okay, lance neck. Then, after successfully lobbying for reintroducing field hockey in the Olympics, the newly formed Indian Hockey Federation made preparations to send its best possible team for the 1928 Amsterdam Olympics. So, after successfully lobbying or getting reintroduced this and forming a new Indian Federation, Hockey Federation, the team there, they decided that they are going to send the best possible team for 1928 Amsterdam Olympics so that we can get a medal. Every time we send any team to play in Olympics, what are our expectation? That they will bring a medal. So they also thought that we should send the best team to get at least a medal. Okay. In 1925, an inter-professional tournament was organized to select India's national field hockey team. 5 teams participated in the inaugural nationals: United Province, Punjab, Bengal, Rajputana and Central Province. Chand got permission from the army to play for the United Province team. So in 1925, they started a selection procedure where they have to select the best team, and the 5 teams, they participated in that function, in that inaugural nation functions. And what are the names of the teams? It was United Province, UP, Punjab, Bengal, Rajputana and Central Province. And Chand, he got permission from the army to play for the United Province team. Why he played from United Province team? Because it was UP and he belonged to UP. Alright, so this is from where he got selected, and after that he went to that 1928 Amsterdam Olympics, where he bagged his first gold medal. That we will see how he achieved that, and after that what happened. All this we will read in the next video. So read it till here, students. It's a very inspiring, very interesting story about Dhyan Chand, that we should learn things from his life. Alright, so I'm doing it till here. From the next in the next video I will start from the next page, that is 107. Till then, take care, bye.